Okay, Haley from Brisbane. With Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, I'm surrounded by family who drink. Is a little bit of alcohol okay, or should we not drink at all? Now, I honestly believe the best thing we can do for our health is drink more water and become hydrated. By eating the right types of food and drinking more water and getting out in the sun, we're detoxifying and getting our bodies to a whole nother level. Now, when it comes to drinking alcohol, drinking straight alcohol like vodka or, gin and, all straight alcohol is too hot for the body. I would say that it's very damaging to the liver over time and distance. And even in the short run, it just doesn't make sense. Like you drink it, and it's just like, our body naturally wants to puke it out. If you are going to have some hard alcohol, maybe vodka or something like this, maybe mix it with a fresh squeezed juice like orange juice or cranberry juice. At least orange juice can clean out the lymphatic system. Cranberry juice can be good for the kidneys and the urinary system. And I know it sounds crazy, but I've met certain doctors that I aspire to, that I look up to. One, Dr. Robert Kassar, absolutely ripped, super amazing, healthy looking guy, and he used to actually use vodka to clean his liver and clean his body like once a month. I know it sounds crazy, but he'd actually drink it as a cleanse. But things like that, drinking it every single day can become highly detrimental to your health when it comes to like hard alcohol. When we talk about beer or wine, I think you're talking about an entirely different category of fermentation that can actually be beneficial for the gut, can be beneficial for the blood. I know there's a lot of people who are going to hate me for this. I get a lot of feedback. Oh my God, you're a health guru and you're promoting alcohol. It's pure poison. You're going to die. It's the most poisonous substance on the planet. And it's just like, well, wait a second. Relax, take a deep breath. There is actually cultures of people that exist called blue zones. One of them is in Italy, where these men, the longest living men on the planet, are researched, and there's researchers that go there and they're interviewing these people, looking at their diet, looking at their lifestyle. These guys are 105, but even still looking pretty good and active in their 90s, 105, 110. And when these researchers go and hang out with them, you know what they're doing? Hey, let's go crack open a bottle of wine. And they're drinking half a bottle to a full bottle of wine every single day. So it's like we really need to question these things. Well, if any form of alcohol is pure poison, then there's no way somebody's going to live to be 105 or 110 drinking a half a bottle of pure poison every single day. So we need to reassess things. Now, when they look at the blood of these individuals, they find that their red blood cells are actually a lot smaller, which is what prevents cardiovascular disease, all kinds of other blood conditions and different diseases. I would say that a level of wine is actually healthy. Now, gerontologists, which is the study of longevity, have discovered that there's something called resveratrol in grapes, which opens up pathways for longevity. So eating grapes is really healthy, especially seeded grapes. Grape seed extract is known to actually kill cancer inside of the body. So red grapes, I believe, is really good for the red blood cells. If you have any hemoglobin problems, if you have a red blood cell, hemocratic is off, these types of things, iron conditions, I believe that red grapes can help boost this. Green grapes are really good for the immune system. And I believe that a level of fermentation of these grapes and drinking it is healthy. And I believe that getting together with our family around Christmas, around different holidays, and pulling the fucking carrot out of your ass and being able to have a drink and relax, totally de-stress and have a good time and connect with your family is far more important than, being anal about not drinking alcohol. It's just kind of like alienating yourself from the family. I don't think that it's a positive thing at all. If you absolutely don't like alcohol, you don't like drinking, that's one thing. Don't drink and just tell people, hey, I can have a good time and hang out and drink water or have a juice and I just don't like the taste or I don't like drinking. Or if it makes you feel like absolute garbage, don't do it. It comes down to when we're looking at the beer that we're drinking, looking at the wine that we're drinking, is it full of preservatives? Because the sulfites actually create liver disease over time and distance. They can actually cause cirrhosis of the liver. You don't want that. They can cause all types of allergic reactions. So if you're drinking traditional wine and all of a sudden you're, reacting to foods, you're reacting to the environment, you're getting nasal congestion, itchiness, sneezing, all this type of stuff, it's not specifically from fermented grapes. It's more likely from the sulfites and the preservatives and things that are being added to wine and beer. And I'm talking about both. And I think when it comes to drinking wine or beer, we just have to assess, why are you drinking it? Are you drinking it every single day to suppress something? Do you need it to relax? Because if you need alcohol to relax, that's probably a problem. If you need alcohol to go to sleep, there's other methods. My dad's going to come into town. We're going to have a 7-day juice fast. After the 7-day juice fast is over, I'm sure I'm going to have a couple of beers, relax, connect with my father, pull the carrot out of my ass, and have a good time. So, this is a very big controversial issue, which I would say, if you're going to have some wine or some beer, have preservative free. If you can get biodynamic, I honestly believe biodynamic is the most profound wine that you can find. Obviously, organic is amazing. I think biodynamic is even better. But at least making sure it's preservative free. Now, the thing you got to understand is this long-lived culture of individuals, men, living a really long time, drinking 2 to 3, 4 glasses of wine every single day, they're making it themselves. They're making it very differently to how it's being made traditionally from a winery. My father, we bought a bunch of Concord grapes, and we got together when I was probably 14 years old. I remember making this wine. We got all these Concord grapes. We got this big kids swimming pool. We lined it up and we smashed all the grapes literally with our feet. We all washed our feet. We had a great time singing songs, dancing around, smashing all the grapes. We took that, put them into like a nut bag, and we squeezed the grape juice into jars. So we had this pure, amazing Concord grape juice. Just beautiful. We drank some of it fresh. Then we just put a cloth and a lid on it, put it out in the sun, and left it outside for 3 days. And it fermented naturally just by being in the sun. And when we took this stuff off and drank it, it was like the pure soma of the gods. Like the taste of it was like, oh my God, this is amazing, with this alcoholic kind of kick in it that you didn't really taste. It was kind of like drinking grape juice. But we got smashed. We probably drank too much because it tasted like grape juice. Didn't really seem like it was even that alcoholic. I drank a whole liter of it when I was like 14 years old. Absolutely smashed. But didn't have a hangover the next day. Didn't feel crazy. So maybe we need to start fermenting and making our own wines. Maybe we need to start making our own fermented drinks. The answer in general is yes. There's always times that we can retoxify ourselves and then have something to go detox. And I really believe in that. I believe in having some balance in our lives, not being an anal, strict asshole. Sorry, guys. If you don't want to drink, that's great too. If you never drink alcohol, I commend you. I think that is amazing. And I also think that's super healthy to live a healthy lifestyle. There's something about coming together as a community, coming together as a family, having just a little drink, maybe with some fresh squeezed juice, a little bit of wine, okay? Having a good laugh and remembering what life is really about.